I want to read sonnet number 87, the one that begins, "Farewell, thou art too dear for my possessing," and talk a little about what's going on in this poem that we can kind of close read as English majors. By the way, if you're not in my class, you should really find another video. Farewell, thou art too dear for my possessing, and like enough thou know'st thy estimate. The charter of my worth the charter of thy worth gives thee releasing. My bonds in thee are all determinate. For how do I hold thee but by thy granting? And for that riches, where is my deserving? The cause of this fair gift in me is wanting, and so my patent back again is swerving. Thyself thou gavest, thy own worth then not knowing, or me to whom thou gavest, else mistaking. So thy great gift, upon misprision growing, comes home again, on better judgment making. Thus have I had thee, as a dream doth flatter. In sleep, a king, in waking, no such matter. Okay, but waking's no such matter. What is going on there? I'm going to point out a couple things. This is yet again one of the many love sonnets about how he is not worthy of the beloved's affection. Um, which beloved? You have to guess by position if you buy the position theory here, but you will note there is no gendered pronoun here. There's one to clip off on your scavenger hunt. So it's thou. It is the intimate pronoun, the pronoun for familiarity, for lovers, for closeness. This is someone he's very close to. So the basic idea is the situation, yeah, you love me, but you're gonna get over it, right? Is not super original. On the other hand, the language he's choosing is very unusual for a love poem written in the late 16th century. Let me read a few words to you. Dear, actually, let me start with the word dear, which means what we mean. You're precious, you're valuable. Precious, valuable. It's an economic word. You're too dear, you're beloved to me, you're close to me, but it means in British English still, it means expensive. Oh, this is too dear. I can't afford this. Thou art too dear for my possessing literally means thou art too expensive for me. I cannot afford thee. I'd point out, and that if that's ambiguous, that could go either way. Look at how the business and legal language runs this whole poem. The whole first 12 lines are overrun with language of business, legalities, and contracts. Too dear for my possessing. Notice that estimate, charter, worth, bonds, my determinate bonds. I had a lease in you, and it's up. It was summer's lease, so I had also short a date. Granting riches. Okay, it's a gift. My patent my patent back again is swerving. I've lost my real estate claims to you. This is unusual. This is very unusual. Most people don't be like, hey, yeah, let me write a love poem. Yeah, I just can't get a mortgage for your love, baby. No one will underwrite it. Your valuation's gone up, and I just can't. I don't have any collateral for your sweet love. That's a strange thing. Shakespeare's pulling it off. He's using a set of metaphors and images that aren't the ones we expect for a love poem at all. I would also point out, if we're dealing with scansion, is this iambic pentameter? Yes, it is. But you will find that almost every line has 11 syllables. 12 of the 14 lines have feminine endings. That tacked on little anticlimax of the kind of unstressed syllable. Possessing, releasing, granting, deserving, wanting, swerving, knowing, mistaking, growing, making, flatter, matter. Can't be an accident. Can't be an accident. And the only times he doesn't do it in the B rhymes in the lines 2 and 4 in the first quatrain. But after that, it's every single time. It's not an accident. It's craft. It's a deliberate choice. I'd also point, is there a hard turn here in this poem? There kind of is. It's in the couplet. But the turn happens on the level of figurative language. Shakespeare's been going 12 lines talking about love in business terms, highly unusual, arguably quite witty. The last two lines, 13 and 14, he moves back to kind of more simple, direct, more more traditional in every sense, less up to date, less modern language. But dreams, sleeping, king, dreams, sleeping, waking, and being a king, right? Things that kind of exist the business environment that Shakespeare lived in. It's a turn. Turns can happen in a lot of ways. It can turn on plot, it can turn on rhetoric, but it can turn on, oh, is somebody turning on me? It can also turn in terms of metaphor.